This morning we're going to talk about textures. It's going to be a really quick and brief, but it's going to help you with your next project so you can get this under your belt so you know. The first one we're going to talk about is a technique called hatching. It's done by using parallel lines. Everyone knows what parallel lines, right? Answer, do.
Yes.
Okay, good. Great. So pretty much all you do is have parallel lines right next to each other and it creates this texture. The next one is cross hashing. What do you think? We just did that. Okay, good. So you do intersecting series of parallel lines, so other lines and then other lines across them. This is an example. This one's my personal favorite over here. I feel like that would go really well with a scratch board. Are they doing self-portraits with their scratch board?
No, it's actually a collage based, yeah.
Well, that would be interesting. Well, that's one of my favorites. And then there's stippling. Stippling is pretty much just a bunch of dots. I mean, you're standing there making dots. You can tell that they did shading with their dots, but those are, you know, just a bunch of small dots and touches. Pointillism is pretty much the same thing as stippling, but it's in color. So this is an example. This is a famous artist, golly, I forget the name, Picasso, I believe it was. That's a detail of a different one. I'm trying to use this. So it's just a bunch of little dots. It's like stippling, but it's in color. And then there's scumbling. This is my favorite. I always do scumbling. Like if ever I'm going to do a texture, I do scumbling. It's like a bunch of just little, pretty much scribbles, but they're nice and neat. And they're like figure eights. And that's examples of them. And this is what you're going to be doing. We have a hippo. You're going to be doing textures. Yeah, hippo. Greatest thing, right? But you're going to pick textures or patterns. You can pick any patterns you want. And in every square, you're going to start off, say you do this, and you're going to start with one pattern or texture, and then you're going to do a different one. But don't put the same patterns or textures next to each other. You want them to be different. And don't use a pattern or texture more than twice. And then if you finish early with the hippo, you can add a background with texture or pattern. And that's an example of something I did. And I added a background. And these are patterns. There's a couple squares on here that are not pattern and they are not texture. Can anyone point them out? Alright, you raised your hand. First you go.
The bottom right.
These down here? Yeah, that's right.
Like smudged.
Yeah, they're smudged. They're smudged. That's a good word. And they're shaded. They're just shaded. They're solid. They're not a texture, and they don't have a pattern. So they're just solid color. Or they're shading. So that does not count. I do not want shading. Textures or pattern, please. And that's all I got. And I'm gonna hand these out to y'all, so y'all can get started. You can use pencil. If you're comfortable using a pen, you can. But I figured that would make y'all nervous. So go ahead and you can use pencil or pen, whichever one you feel best with.
Okay, stippling is not up and down, people. You want to draw it. So take your hand and draw it, not up and down banging. There's a difference.
Easy.
Write the shading pencils.
To draw the dots, don't pound the dots. There's a difference.
And,